Thanks. So I'm going to introduce Iris Mays, who's our chair of the Moscow Arts Commission, and she'll go through this PowerPoint.
Hi, Iris.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for the opportunity to share what we've been doing for the last year. And so I have been here before. Last year, Robin Olgren was chair, but she asked me to do the report, so I feel a little less nervous than last year. So we have some different committees on the Art Commission. And I guess I should go back one slide just so you can see all of the different people. We do have 2 vacant slots, so if you know anyone who you think would be a great fit for the Art Commission, we would like to recruit for that. And one of those positions could be a University of Idaho student, so we're working on that. So these are our committees. Our Art Walk committee also includes some of the different miscellaneous events. So this year we had the Mayor's Arts Award, which I'll talk about a little bit. Community outreach. So that is kind of working with like the Transit Center to do art projects on campus and some other things. They've originated First Thursday, so I'll go through that. Our Public Art Committee looks at the different opportunities for public art, and we spent the last couple of years, which you're aware of, the public art plan, and so now we're well positioned to do a bigger work, and our 1% funds have been accumulating for that. And then the Third Street Gallery, it always has great shows, so I'll cover some of those highlights as well. So Art Walk last year, here's some of the statistics. It's just gotten bigger every year with more collaborations, more artists involved, and just different fun highlights. We opened up the streets a little further. We closed the streets a little further, so had a little more space, and just all kinds of fun things happening. And then this year, it's going to be June 16th, 2017. So another thing that we did with community outreach, we developed a poet laureate position. So this is a stipend, kind of honorarium position. And our first poet laureate is a writer, a poet, Tiffany Midge. And she got her MFA at U of I. She's a Native American writer, and it's just been a wonderful addition, and to have her at some of the different events and writing poems and reading for us and different things. We've used our small projects budget to do some different vinyl wraps, and so that's been going on for a couple years. In the past, we've also done bike racks, but this last year we focused on getting more of those utility boxes covered with beautiful art. And that's a jury process. So we'll make up a jury from the Art Commission and sometimes some other folks, and then select artwork that artists submit. Another collaboration that's been ongoing that Kathleen set up that's wonderful with the university is the Transit Center, the new Transit Center at University of Idaho. And these are artworks from the University of Idaho sculpture students. And so those get switched out every year or so. And then a new addition for this next year will be inside. We have a member of the Art Commission who has arranged for some of the fashion design collection. They have 10,000 pieces stored on campus, and those will be shown at the Transit Center over the next year. And looking at the jazz era to kind of go along with the 50-year anniversary of the Jazz Festival. The Waterways exhibit was huge, that we got to have a Smithsonian. This is the first Smithsonian. They do tour exhibits, and it's the first one that's come to Moscow, so that's really exciting, and Kathleen was instrumental in making that happen. There were a lot of students who came through, lots of the public, and it was a neat collaboration also with the Historic Society, Latah County Historic Society. So 500 people signed into the guest book, and many, many students got to come and experience the different interactive aspects. The city has a history of doing entertainment in the park. This has been a wonderful series. It's very well attended and appreciated by the community, with an early segment for children and then going into the music right after from 7 to 8. The Mayor's Arts Awards. So this was a really fun year, as it is every year. And we helped the mayor give awards to all of these different folks, and just really hearing some incredible stories, incredible poetry, and Tiffany Midge opened with some of her poetry, and so just a really wonderful night of acknowledging our local artists and art contributors. So we're working on implementing pieces of the public art plan. The library has been collaborating with the city to do some installation there, so that's exciting. We've been working on that for several years, trying to figure out when, where, and how to engage with them. The Transit Center Sculpture Garden will get rotated again. The city did this Wisescape garden that has been implemented to demonstrate how people can use less water on their gardens, so that's a good one. Yep, and then we looked at the vinyl wraps. Yeah, we'll try to do some bike racks, bus station, maybe work with the new downtown bathroom if possible. That's yet to be seen. And then some upcoming great artwork in the 3rd Street Gallery. And we're going to have in the fall, we're excited about the U of I football exhibit. So we'll have some different artifacts and art around the U of I football. So that's going to be really fun. And yep. Just some of the themes that we work on, we try to collaborate with the different city departments and, because we can't do this alone. And we're interested in looking at some of the return on investment of public art. So, we're kind of inspired by what was happening with the farmers market. And so hoping to look at how our public art and all the Art Commission work sort of contributes to that quality of life and the economics of our city. Yep, and just to close with our gratitude, we're grateful. We were grateful to have Gina on our commission this last year and look forward to working with Jim. And we're just grateful that we have this program and we want to show that value to you. So, any questions?
Well, thank you, Iris. A couple of the things, the art walk is just wonderful, always in June. That's a wonderful thing. And this past year, I was able to go to it because we didn't have AIC that same week, which is great. And I think the way it falls this year is the same. So
yeah, we shifted the date 1 week, so it seems to be working out a little bit better.
That is terrific. And then the arts awards that we do in the fall, that was a wonderful evening. It was really good,
really
too.
cool. So we do that every 2 years, so it takes a lot to put that on, but it's so fun.
Oh, it is. It's fun. Questions for Gina?
I do. Thank you, sir. Iris, I love the boxes that you've wrapped with the art.
You want me to go back to that? Or?
You don't necessarily have to. I love the one right there by Zip Trip, Laura McDonald's.
Yes.
That's such a fun. What's the average lifespan of those? Do you know? I mean, is it?
Yeah, it's supposed to be like 3 to 5 years. We haven't had to replace any of them yet, but it just depends on how they weather and how they fade. And so we will be looking at replacing them. One of our projects for this next year, we got a grant to ask you want to talk about that, Josh, from the city of Boise to come help us with our maintenance.
Yeah. So the one box that's been changed out is the one at Helioterra.
Oh, yeah.
And that's because of the sun, and it just broke down the color. But we're hoping to have Josh Olson from the city of Boise come up and help us with looking at our existing public art asset, what we have in our community, and then doing helping us draft a long-term maintenance plan on our collection. And so he's a curator for the city of Boise, and that's all he does is take care of their public art. So we're hoping to get him up here this spring to get us started on that part of the project of the master plan. Mm-hmm.
All those wraps are sure nice. They sure decorate.
They're fun.
The boxes,
So fun.
Yeah.
I have a question. Mine has to do, there was the 30-30-30,
Yep.
and is that going to continue? Or how did you get that? And then I had another question to follow up with that.
Well, we had a previous Arts Commission member, Dana Aldis, that moved over from Seattle and brought the idea with her. And so she helped us put that together. And, yeah, we'll look at that.
Well, the reason I'm asking is I did a 30-30-30 when I saw the exhibit come with my students and then brought them to the exhibit. And I was just wondering if maybe you could do something district-wide. Because you do so much art here, and then we could get that throughout a connection between the school district and whatever you're doing, some sort
Like
of.
a kid's version or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be really fun. We talked about that, doing like a 5-5-5 for the kids or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would be a possibility.
Yeah, it was really fun. I worked with the art teacher at the school, and then the kids came and got to see.
Yeah. Well, and this last year, the Smithsonian timing was the same as the 30-30, so we opted
Oh,
for the
okay.
Smithsonian instead of
I
30-30-30.
gotcha.
And we just also felt like that it could lose its energy if we did it every single year.
Yeah.
So, but we will take that under consideration
I
for
wonder.
sure. Yeah, the other thing that Kathleen has been successful getting some of our small grants, so Idaho Commission on the Arts to help fund some of our different other things too, so I should mention that.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Other questions? Thank you very much, Iris,
you.
and Kathleen, for the nice report.
Thanks.